Walking Out with Jonathan Holloway and Liam Grundy. A Fruit People production.
Learning lines, I've come to the conclusion, is one of the most difficult things, that, if not the most difficult thing, that actors have to do. And their entire credibility with audiences and with other professionals relies on them being able to do it.
Yeah.
And it is the single thing that nobody ever taught me. They'll go on about your voice, and they'll give you exercises for your voice, and you'll go to movement classes and all that kind of stuff, but nobody will actually say, here's 2 sides of A4 text, you've got 2 days, you need to be off those by Wednesday, and you're going to stand up in front of everybody and do it. Yeah, that's true. And nobody bloody does it. And all those actors, Lord love 'em, who used to do weekly rep with people like me, down to direct the shows, and they had 5 days to learn the play and come up with a credible character at the same time as they were doing another play in the evening. I mean, it was a superhuman effort. And all that's happened as far as actors with a capital A is concerned in society is that they've been ridiculed as being a bit kind of, always being poor and a bit stupid and vain and so on. Nobody's actually ever said, unlike virtually every other job that there is, they have to actually learn pages and pages and pages of stuff to deliver in shows.
Did you have to learn stuff at school, poems?
No, never had to
we
do
had
that.
to learn. We learnt the young Lochinvar has come out of the west, through all his wide borders his steed was the best. We had to learn the burial of Sir John Moore at Corunna. Not a drum was heard, not a funeral note, as his corpse to the rampart we hurried. Not a soldier exchanged a farewell shot, oh, the grave where our hero was buried.
Yeah.
We buried him darkly at dead of night, the sods with our bayonet turning, in the struggling moonbeams misty light, and the lantern dimly burning. I always used to think it was like Benny Hill a bit, had a slight comedic effect. I now think it was marvellous, but I don't think I did at the time, and I don't think it's.
No, I don't think anybody thinks that kind of thing is good for at the time. It's only with the wisdom of hindsight that you realise that had you been not spending your time, your 20s, talking rubbish and trying to avoid having to learn lines, if instead you'd shut up and just got on with it and learnt the bloody lines, you probably would have had a career of some kind.
Well, I mean, of course, Brando's to blame for a lot of this, isn't it? Where, he refuses to learn the lines, Story about Coppola going to see him about doing Apocalypse Now or something, and he hadn't read the script. He didn't know his part, didn't know his lines. But he was eating some food, and Coppola talks about how he picked up this apple and put it on the table and got a piece of cheese, and Coppola was sort of saying, like, I could see what he was doing, and I knew that, by the way he was like having lunch, sort of thing, We were in the presence of great genius, and I thought, this is all bullshit, And then I think it was Matthew Broderick was talking about I think there was a film called I might be wrong, The Island of Dr. Moreau or something. It was
The Island of Dr. Moreau. It had Val Kilmer in it.
It was. I don't know if Matthew Broderick was in that, but it was a film that Matthew Broderick was in with him.
Yeah.
And by then, Brando had it all in an earpiece.
Oh, God.
The lines fed to him in an earpiece, and he'd say something, and Brando would sort of wait until he hears the line and then says the line. And his personal assistant was on the book, so she wasn't quick off the mark. You know, it was a bit. And then he said the weird thing was, he said sometimes Brando would forget that, or his assistant rather, would forget that it's actually a performance situation, and she'd say something like, "Oh, Tony rang last week for something," and Matt Brando would say, "Tell him I'll speak to him next week." Broderick would go, "Sorry?" "Oh no, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to," you know. And it was all this sort of stuff, you know. And you know, when you hear them, you know, the guys who were in The Godfather talking about, you know, having him on the set and you just think, isn't this just nonsense? Really, isn't it just nonsense?
I remember watching a documentary about the making of The Shining.
Yes.
And how the actors were all resident in the same building as the set and everything.
And they terrorised Shelley Duvall.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the scripts were on different coloured paper according to what was the most recent. And how, you know, Shelley Duvall and Jack Nicholson and so on, they'd go off to bed at sort of 11 o'clock at night with their scripts ready for the next day, and they'd get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go into makeup, and somebody was saying, "You're not still using the blue script, are you?" No, there's a yellow script now for today.
Yeah.
And, you know, it got to the point where it was like being tortured by the KGB. Because you never were quite sure if you really had the latest copy of the script and if you know, what's-his-face would shout at you or not.
Yeah, well, the problem with Kubrick, they say, was that he was one of the few people who was allowed to purchase Panavision cameras.
Really?
Panaflex or Panavision used to only, I could be wrong about this, I was told this.
They only hired them?
They only hired them. But because Kubrick had done such amazing cinematography and had his own lenses ground for things like Barry Lyndon and all that, you know, they allowed him to buy them. So, of course, he could carry on filming day in, day out because he owned his own cameras. And this, you know.
But I knew this American actor who used to do a lot of, who used to be stock Americans in a lot of audio stuff. And he was hired by Kubrick to do the voiceover for the trailer for Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, right.
And he went to Kubrick's house just outside St Albans, which was on LA time, apparently.
Wow.
So everybody had to go to sleep during the day, and everybody got up, you know, at 11 o'clock at night, and blah, blah, blah. And he went to do this, and he did what was required of him, and he went away again. And then he got a phone call a couple of days later to say, "Mr. Kubrick wants you to come back and do them again." And he did go back and do them again, and they kept getting changed. And anyway, it ended up with him being required to be at Kubrick's house for at least a fortnight to do these few lines that were going on the advert, the cinema release advert for Eyes Wide Shut. And he said it was the most he got to the point where he couldn't tell the difference between what he'd said but Kubrick was kind of listening to every word he said, and he would say, "No, that's no good." Again.
Yeah.
You know, and it nearly drove him mad, he said.
Because Kubrick's assistant was his wife. And you think his wife would have said,
"You can't do that.
Stan, you know.
Stan, stop that messing about."
Stanley.
God, it's like madness. It's like some kind of holiday.
Yeah.
There's planes going over. There's boats going past.
Did you see Eyes Wide Shut?
I never saw it.
I saw it.
I didn't want to see it because it got badly reviewed, didn't it?
Well, I don't know.
Wasn't it that little fellow who's in all the what's his name? The little chap who's in all the...
David Rappaport.
No, not quite that little.
Oh, okay.
The guy who's in all the Mission Impossible films. Wasn't it him in it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was married at the time to that Australian woman, the blonde woman.
Yeah. That's right. Those are the people we're talking about. Who? Yes. Those are them. Yes, those two.
That woman, whatever her name is,
Yeah.
was very good in that supernatural thing. What was it called? What was it called? The other ones, the others.
Others.
The
Right,
others.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, she was very good in that. And she was in that film called Destroyer, wasn't she?
I don't know.
She was a washed-up American female detective. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're laughing because I can't remember anybody's names. Yeah, I can't remember the name of anything. What's that green thing over there that's got, like, you know, it's got all long bits hanging off it? Well, should we go and get something to eat?
Well, no, because I've just had the. No, you see, you eat at funny times.
Like lunchtime.
Well, it's not lunchtime, is it? I ate at
I had something
lunchtime.
to eat at noon.
So did I, but it's only fucking 4:30.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know, you got to.
Well, we could give it till 5 o'clock.
I'm not hungry at 5 o'clock.
Oh, okay, all right.
I was going to eat at normal time, and then.
Yeah, but man, you know, we're just crazy. We just do things on a impulse.
Yeah, but only if we want to.
Yeah, all right. Do you think that boat's paddle is driving it, or do you think that is just
I know
for
it
decoration?
isn't, because I've worked on that boat. It's for decoration. Yeah, Nicole Kidman was on the Jimmy Fallon show,
Oh yeah.
and they said, "You've been through this painful divorce with," and it was Tom Cruise they were talking about.
Yeah.
You know, what's it meant to you? And she said, "It means I can now wear heels."
No.
Yeah,
That's a bit strong, isn't it?
yeah. It's another one. Worked on that one as well.
Oh. I
That's
didn't
the
know
bigger one.
I didn't know there were two. I just thought it
Yeah.
was the same boat going
That's
up
the
and down.
double-decker one.
Oh, that's got the thing on the back,
That's right. Pretend stern wheeler.
like an American Mississippi.
Actually, I think that is.
What?
Is that one actually driven by the thing at the back?
It looks like it might be, because the
think
thing
it
at
is,
the back
yeah,
is
it
actually
is.
seems to be doing some work.
Yeah. Well, you've got the dog as well, of course. How is he?
And I've got the dog, and he is in very good fettle at the moment. And big news: the insurance company said they're going to pay.
Oh, that's good.
Only they haven't done so yet,
Ah, but they are, so that's good.
but they have said they will.
So you can take the money now that when you get it and put it on a horse.
Yeah,
Because
waste
it's
it.
free money, you know.
Yeah, I'll waste the money.
Oh, they're going to have this tree down, are they?
Oh, why is it? Why is it coming down? Why?
Falling apart, probably.
Urgent tree removal.
Golden weeping willow. I hope they're going to replace it with another one.
Fungi. That's probably because so many people have complained about it.
Yeah. But
The-
why are you taking the tree?
Why are you taking our tree down? Having said that, people don't complain about enough, I don't think. My experience in life is, if you complain about stuff, so you get a reputation for being a complainer, then quite often, not in every case, but quite often, people avoid doing things to you because they know they're going to never hear the end of it.
Yes. Yes.
They're ubiquitous now, aren't they? This
Paddleboarding.
paddle boards.
Well, everyone feels guilty unless they're doing something physical now. Isn't it?
Well,
I've let my gym membership lapse. Or, I mean, if you know, you've got an austerity thing going on, which is very real. Why are there private gyms that people go to? Who's told them that that's money worth spending? No, you think that's the first thing, I think
Yeah.
I'll cut down on PE.
Yeah, yeah.
Although I did hear that there's some people living in their cars, and for a gym membership of £70 or £80 a month,
Yeah.
that's your shower and washing facilities.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Live in your car and use the gym.
Walking Out with Jonathan Holloway and Liam Grundy. A Fruit People production.